In chapter 2592, the familial interactions within the Karen household take center stage as Julian's visit continues. Despite Mrs. Karen's attempts to set up Kiera with a potential suitor, Julian's presence complicates matters, sparking discussions about household chores, martial arts, and underlying intentions. The chapter opens with Kendrick and Julian expressing their disapproval of the potential suitor introduced by matchmaker Foley, dismissing him as unfit for Kiera. Mrs. Karen, however, insists on giving the meeting a chance, highlighting the family's concern for Kiera's romantic prospects. The conversation shifts to Julian's martial arts skills, prompting Kendrick to suggest a friendly competition at the Karen family martial arts gym. Julian hesitantly agrees, hoping to impress Kiera and gain her admiration through his prowess in combat. After dinner, Julian offers to help with the dishes, showcasing his willingness to contribute to household chores. Despite Mrs. Karen's attempts to dissuade him, he insists on assisting, revealing his upbringing and values. Kendrick and Kingston also join in, highlighting the family's commitment to teamwork and shared responsibilities. Meanwhile, Mrs. Karen and Mr. Karen engage in a conversation about Julian's behavior and intentions. Mrs. Karen praises Julian for his helpfulness and observes his genuine efforts, while Mr. Karen remains skeptical, suspecting ulterior motives behind his actions. Mrs. Karen defends Julian, attributing his behavior to his upbringing and character rather than wealth or status. She challenges Mr. Karen's suspicions, arguing that Julian's actions reflect his genuine interest in Kiera rather than any hidden agenda. As the discussion continues, Mr. Karen expresses concerns about Julian's age and potential motives, highlighting the age gap between Julian and Kiera. Mrs. Karen acknowledges the age difference, but dismisses it as insignificant compared to Julian's qualities as a person. The chapter concludes with Mrs. Karen and Mr. Karen's differing perspectives on Julian's intentions and suitability as a potential partner for Kiera. While Mrs. Karen remains optimistic about Julian's sincerity and compatibility with Kiera, Mr. Karen maintains a cautious stance, emphasizing the need to observe Julian's interactions with Kiera's family further.